Yes, I'm live. Yeah, that buyer's not very good. He used to buy a lot more. He's gotten real stingy these days. He used to just fill out all the Facebook stuff. What's going on, Frank? They said it might be Facebook only for a little while. Huh. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys, and then we'll get going here. Be like 2 minutes. Oh, are you laying on the carpet? Oh, he definitely was cheap. All right, guys, got the normal. We've got regular vintage, followed by basketball, followed by extended. I do have some competitors. If we can get the Facebook thing filled, I will put up competitors. If we can get somebody that's interested in anything up there. Veen, Nelson, Carter Young, Red Ink, Peyton Stovall. Red Ink, Peyton Stovall. All right, guys. They are keepers tonight as well. So if you are going to keep, make sure you get me the email. Email is right here at the bottom. Mark at everythinggolfusa.com. Salametto. Oh, Tawny. Coop. Oh. Yeah, that's with Mike Tyson and others. Marco Luciano. So it's going to be half case, 30 a spot, and there's only 23 names. So, and there will be 24 autos. From what I understand, there's 100 cases made. It's also got the kid for the Padres, the 16-year-old. I think he had a black that's already sold for stupid money. DeLauder, Montgomery, Riley Green, and Chris Murphy. I've got, I think it's 5, 6, 7 cases total, and I think he only made like 100 cases. So there is not much of it out there. 23 names, 24 autos. So the odds of getting 2 are about this, probably a little bit better than getting 1. Luciano, Soderstrom, Carson, Dustin Harris, he also said there's one of the girls' soccer players, her first type of card. And then once the World Cup gets going, her stuff ought to fly. Which is why he was pushing to get it out as soon as he was. Garcia, Soderstrom, Michael Garcia. So we'll see. Green Ink, Tyler Soderstrom. Green Ink, Tyler. Oh, absolutely. Guaranteed. Guaranteed there's going to be people getting 0. But for 30 bucks, for the chances that some of the names that are in it, I think Pujols is in it, Tyson's in it, Nicky York, Acuna, Derek Diamond. Heck, I wouldn't mind just hitting a Mike Tyson, to be honest with you. Yosi Gallon. Who's in it? So Ethan Salas, limited. Jackson Churio's in it. I don't know who Juju Watkins is. Ichiro's in it. Katarina Macario is the one he was talking about. Mike Tyson. Vance Honeycutt's in it. Julio Rodriguez is in it. Dylan Lesko. Then there's a lot of soccer, football, Zach Harrison football. I think he's the only football player. So, Zach Harrison any good? Anybody know Zach Harrison any good? Corbin, Max Meyer, Caleb Killian. I mean, technically, I ought to have hopefully at least a couple Ethan Salas and 6 or 7 cases of it. At least a couple of them. Green ink, Chase the Louder. I don't know if anybody knows who Zach Harrison is. I'm assuming draft pick from this year. Quarterback, possibly. Juju is a female basketball player? All right. Oh, defensive end, 5-star Buckeye. All right, he's the only football player in it. Crawford, Marte, and I take it back. There's only, what, 21 names? 21 names. Because the 2 don't count. So, yeah, 21 names total. Jordan Sprinkle. So 21 names. And like I said, I'm going to do it at $30. Brock Jones. I don't know if anybody follows any of the soccer. Trinity Rodman is obviously Alyssa Thompson, Katarina Macario, Jess Fishlock, Melchi DeMornay, Jonathan David is soccer. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming it's a bunch of USA. Oh, really? High school or going to college. So I'm assuming she's supposed to be a star then. You got a high school. Joe Mack, Jordan Lawler, Chase the Louder, number 2. And they just beat us tonight. Green ink, Adley Rushman. Green ink, Adley Rushman. But if you like baseball, I mean, it's got Ethan Salas, only card so far that I know of. Jackson Churio, Jordan Lawler, Chase Dollander, Ichiro, Vance Honeycutt, Julio Rodriguez, Dylan Lesko are the baseball guys. No Pele. Brock. That would be a tough one right now. Kirby, Andy Pages. You'd have to get some stickers from Leaf to make it happen. And green ink, Caleb Killian. Green ink, Caleb Killian. All right, guys. Another reminder. If you bought in and would like to keep your players, make sure you send me the email tonight. Email is mark@everythinggolfusa.com. You would have your players for the next 2 Tuesday nights. Price stays the same, and I do combine shipping. $9.98 is good for all 3 weeks. Luciano, Green, Marte. We got the Seattle Daily Double. Marte, who's no longer in Seattle, but Julio right behind it. Julio Rodriguez. I mean, heck, you could hit Julio, maybe hit 2 or 3 of them. At 21 players in a half case, you could easily hit 2 or 3. Speaking of Julio, Lawler, Leibs, Matt Libertor, Rodman. I didn't see Rodman, but Reggie Crawford, Trinity Rodman, Well, like I said, that is my next thing to do on Facebook if we can get the stinking first edition and Bowman done. Why, is that his daughter or something? Crawford, Leaves, Julio, Marte, Pages, DeLauder, Jones, Sprinkle, Killian, Gallen, Diamond, Garcia, Harris, Montgomery, Murphy, Green, Luciano, Coop, Young, Green ink of Killian, Rushman, DeLauder, Soderstrom, red ink of Stovall. Well, oh, really? Okay. The name's there then. All right, guys, basketball. Wing, Garuba, Okiki, and Matthew Hurt. Matthew Hurt. All right, in case anybody hasn't heard, eBay is definitely going to be making some changes. I may be cut out for about a month. So I do Facebook breaks as well. So if anybody's interested, Hawks Breaks on Facebook. If you're looking for a break starting middle of July, that's where I'll be doing them for a little while. Ayayi, Ayo, Josh Christopher. Well, if she was anywhere near as big as he is, Greg Brown. If she got any of his size. And I don't follow basketball at all, but anybody pay attention to the kid coming in that's like 7'5", 150 pounds? Is it even possible that he's going to be any good? Duke, Lillard, Oturu. I can't imagine at 7'5" a body's going to hold up. I mean, I could be wrong. Okiki, green ink. I was told July 18th, all breaks will end. And that there's a distinct possibility if you try it, you could get banned. Kind of thing. Wagner, Singun, Sumner. Oh, yeah, he looked like a stinking pencil. I think I could break him in half. Alan Flanagan. You think he's going to be any good, Eric? Or is he just a novelty? Yeah, I'm not about ready to put my account in jeopardy, especially when I'm actually in, if you know what I mean. I guess if you got nothing to lose, it's worth a shot. Elijah Brown, Sumner. Trendon Watford. You're not worried about his size? I just can't see him holding up and not being hurt all the time. Kuminga, Trey Jones, Kuwaita. And I know very little about basketball, so Matthew Hurt. Well, you can still do breaks right now, Jimmy. I mean, you can do breaks right now through July 18th. So anybody can do them at the moment. It's just... Oh, you're talking about the one guy. His breaks are going for 2,000 to 3,000. Steph Curry, DJ Stewart, Okiki. I thought you were saying somebody had found a way around it. Never mind. My reading comprehension wasn't quite there. Greg Brown. Yeah, but what happens when someone bodies them up, Eric? You have someone like a Shaq or something. I mean, what can he do? Holiday, Christopher, PJ Dozier. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. Trendon Watford. Kind of reminds me of the kid that's already hurt. What, Oklahoma City? That looked like a beanpole coming out and hasn't played yet. Well, even fours can be huge. Subird, Halliburton, Subird, and another Greg Brown. I mean, the NBA is definitely softer than it used to be. Yeah, Chet. Good old Chet. Greg Brown. Chet looked like he was going to break in half, and he pretty much did already. Looked like. Chet Holmgren, I think it was. Tyus Jones. A.J. Lawson. Candace Parker. Back-to-back girls here. Bird and Parker. Bates Diop. I haven't looked into it, John. I mean, I am good to go on eBay. I'm approved. It's just they're bringing people in waves, and I think my wave starts September 1st. The foot in basketball is a pretty important part of your body, though. Washington, Mitchell, Washington, and oh my goodness. If someone had Greg Brown tonight, congratulations. You win. So, I mean, I'm being told I shouldn't be out more than a month and a half. I shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't have the cutoff T-shirt. That ain't happening. I'm not the kid. Maybe I could be the adult in the room. Huck Porty, Bacon, Bates Diop. Well, back half of this case ought to be solid. There's a lot of dupes, so should be better stuff on the other side. Cobb and Gailey. Don't you need like 3 or 4 girls dancing around too or something like that? All right, recap. We have Cobb and Gailey, Bates Diop, Brown, Washington, Bates Diop, Parker, Brown, Subird, Watford, Dozier, Brown, Okiki, Hurt, Queta, Watford, Sumner, Flanagan, Sumner, Oturu, Brown, Christopher, Hurt, Okiki, and a green Okiki. So nothing crazy in basketball, so it should be a much better back half. Oh, I got the dog barking part. That wouldn't be the problem. That's the one thing I do have. All right, guys, one more reminder. If you are going to keep your player for any of tonight's breaks for the next 2 Tuesdays, email mark@everythinggolfusa.com. Price stays the same as you paid tonight for the next 2 weeks per, and I do combine the shipping. Horton, Dollander, Cade Horton, Blaze Jordan, Francisca, Diaz, Dermis Garcia. No, not really. It was long. Brian Acuna. I am not a fan of the 15-hour one-way drive. I mean, Chicago is like, I think, 18 hours. Something in that range. So it's like, for an extra 3 hours, you can get to Chicago from where I was at. I didn't realize how far away the Outer Banks actually were. Bonilla, Newt, Dalton Rushing. And the crazy thing is, all I did was go from here to there, pretty much exactly the same type of stuff, beaches and Matthew Barefoot, as I've got here, just more expensive and about 10 degrees cooler. And you're like, okay, that's a long drive to pay more money for food and see the same stuff for 10 degrees cooler. I will say I did very little card thinking, though. I did not put much time into cards at all, other than stuff that I might wanted to buy. Garcia, Lesko, DeLauder. You notice I was not on Facebook much, other than the one time Jimmy caught me. Wilfred Veras. Wilfred Veras. So if anybody wants to help us out and grab some spots, and grab some spots on Facebook to get some of that Facebook stuff done, you would be the room hero. Ricky Henderson, DeLauder, Jace Bowen. Yeah, I'm good with staying home. Gavin Cross, green ink. Gavin Cross, green ink. I really don't need the family trip. I'm good at just being home. I don't know about everybody else, but oh, thanks, Frank. That might get us close. Francisca, Snelling, Ricky being Ricky. Ricky must have signed a decent amount because I do hit him a lot. And black ink, Brandon Barrera. Brandon Barrera, 4 of 5. Black ink. He ain't driving. He flies to Vegas. You ought to just say the heck with it and go out to Chicago, Jimmy. Ricky, Cole Young, Gavin Cross. If I can drive from Florida, you can drive from where you're at. Green ink, Wilfred Veras. Green ink, Wilfred Veras. Corey does like to drive, though. I will give him that. Noah Schultz, Brandon Barrera, Robbie Snelling, and Gabe Hughes. Gabe Hughes. I'm hoping some of these pitchers turn into a Yuri Perez kind of deal. One of those, I don't need them to be up there long. Just when they pull them up, they pop. You're welcome, Mark. Congrats. Rushing, Barrera, Alex Ramirez. I do break a ton of Onyx if you like Onyx, Mark. Alex Ramirez. And green ink, Rafael Devers. Green ink, Rafi Devers. Lawler, Guerrero, Gavin Stone, yeah, the $1,000 would be cheap compared to what you'd probably buy. Sal Stewart, the amount of trout you would find. All right, so last time, guys, if you do plan on keeping your player for the next 2 Tuesday nights, make sure you email me tonight. If you miss somebody, they will be on Facebook tomorrow to be claimed. So say you bought somebody, don't keep. They will be available to be claimed on Facebook tomorrow for the next 2 Tuesdays. Price stays the same. I combine shipping. $9.98 is a priority mail for all 3 weeks, this being week 1, day 2. Mikey Romero, Jones, Jose Ramos, green ink, Brady House, Noah Schultz, Davis Diaz. There he is. Drew, wow, good. Way to go at the last box. Drew Jones, and green ink, Spencer Jones. That's a high dollar box right there. As Corey likes to say, that's a nice one right there. All right, guys, recap coming up. All right, we've got Jones, Ramos, Stewart, Stone, Ramirez, Hughes, Snelling, Cross, Bowen, Veras, DeLauder, Barefoot, Rushing, Acuna, Garcia, Jordan, Horton, green ink of Jones, House, Veras, Cross. Real good night with Gavin Cross, Mark. Real good night. Black ink, Brandon Barrera. That is 4 of 5. Ricky Henderson and Rafi Devers, green ink, are vets. Ricky and Devers. All right, guys, that's it. Be back tomorrow night. Not even sure what I've got up tomorrow night. Do I have 2023 out there? Tells you where I'm at. Active listings. Tomorrow night is. I think it's got to be 2023, right? Yep, 2023 tomorrow night. Big Royals guy. Well, Gavin Cross is in 2023 tomorrow night too, and it's a smaller checklist on top of it. Other than Bobby Witt, Royals are affordable. Royals are affordable. Other than Bobby Witt. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. I will catch you guys tomorrow night. Should be 11.